The desert rose, also known as Adenium obesum, is a breathtaking plant that captivates with its thick, sculptural trunk and vibrant trumpet-shaped flowers. If you're looking to grow a plant that is both resilient and visually striking, the desert rose is a fantastic choice. However, while it is hardy and drought-tolerant, growing it successfully requires the right conditions and care. Let's dive into everything you need to know about cultivating a thriving desert rose. One of the most important aspects of growing a healthy desert rose is using the correct soil. Since this plant is native to arid environments, it thrives in well-draining soil that mimics its natural habitat. Standard potting soil will not suffice, as it retains too much moisture and can cause root rot. Instead, use a sandy or cactus mix that promotes drainage. You can create your own mix by combining equal parts cactus soil, perlite, and coarse sand. This blend allows the roots to stay aerated and prevents waterlogging. Additionally, the desert rose benefits from slightly acidic to neutral soil with a pH range between 6.0 and 7.0. If you're unsure about your soil's pH, consider testing it and amending it if necessary. Many gardeners make the mistake of overwatering their desert rose, assuming it needs as much moisture as typical houseplants. However, this plant thrives on a dry cycle, much like succulents. Water deeply, but infrequently. During the growing season, spring and summer, allow the soil to dry out completely between waterings. Depending on your climate, this may mean watering once every 7 to 10 days. In fall and winter, reduce watering significantly as the plant enters dormancy. Watering too often during this period can lead to root rot, which is the most common cause of desert rose failure. A good rule of thumb is to water sparingly, only when the plant soil is completely dry. Desert roses love the sun. If you want your plant to thrive and produce abundant flowers, give it plenty of direct sunlight. Ideally, place it in a spot where it can receive at least 6 hours of full sun daily. If growing indoors, position it near a south-facing window, or use grow lights to supplement natural light. Without sufficient sunlight, the plant can become leggy, with fewer blooms. In colder climates, you may need to move your desert rose indoors during the winter. When doing so, ensure it still receives adequate light by using a grow lamp. To keep your desert rose vibrant and full of flowers, fertilizing is essential. Use a balanced, slow-release fertilizer with a slightly higher phosphorus content, such as a 10-30-10 formula, during the growing season. Phosphorus encourages blooming and strengthens the plant's structure. Apply fertilizer once a month from spring through early fall. Avoid over-fertilizing, as excessive nutrients can cause excessive foliage growth at the expense of flowers. Additionally, using an organic option like fish emulsion or compost tea can provide a gentler but effective nutrient boost. Pruning is a crucial step in maintaining the health and beauty of your desert rose. Regularly remove dead or weak branches to promote better airflow and prevent disease. If you want to encourage a bushier plant, trim back leggy stems to stimulate new growth. The best time to prune is in early spring, just before the growing season starts. Use sterilized pruning shears to make clean cuts and avoid introducing infections. If you wish to shape the plant artistically, pruning can help create a bonsai-like appearance, showcasing its thick caudex or trunk. Desert roses need repotting every 2 to 3 years to maintain root health and encourage steady growth. Choose a pot that is slightly larger than the previous one but not overly large, as too much space can hold excess moisture. A shallow, wide pot is ideal to accommodate the thick caudex. When repotting, inspect the roots for any signs of rot. Trim away any mushy or discolored roots before placing the plant into fresh soil. Allow the plant to dry for a day before watering to help prevent transplant shock. While relatively pest-resistant, desert roses can occasionally attract spider mites, mealybugs, or aphids. Regularly inspect the plant's leaves and stems for signs of pests. If an infestation occurs, use insecticidal soap or neem oil to eliminate the problem. Fungal infections and rot are more common issues, especially if the plant is overwatered. To prevent this, always use well-draining soil, and avoid letting water sit in the pot's saucer. If you notice black spots or mushy stems, trim off affected areas and apply a fungicide. If your desert rose isn't blooming as much as you'd like, there are a few tricks to encourage more flowers. First, ensure the plant gets ample sunlight, as inadequate light is the main reason for poor blooming. Second, use a bloom-boosting fertilizer rich in phosphorus. Lastly, avoid overwatering, as excessive moisture can hinder flower production. Another technique is to slightly stress the plant by withholding water for a short period before the blooming season. This mimics its natural growing cycle and encourages the plant to produce more flowers. If you live in a region with cold winters, protecting your desert rose during the colder months is crucial. This plant cannot tolerate frost and should be brought indoors when temperatures drop below 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. Reduce watering significantly during the winter as the plant enters dormancy. Place it in a warm, bright location indoors, preferably near a window that gets plenty of sunlight. If necessary, supplement with a grow light to maintain healthy foliage. When spring arrives and temperatures rise, gradually reintroduce the plant to outdoor conditions to prevent shock. The desert rose is a rewarding plant that, with the right care, will provide years of beauty and interest. By ensuring well-draining soil, proper watering habits, ample sunlight, and occasional pruning, you can enjoy a healthy and vibrant plant that produces stunning blooms season after season. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to subscribe to Hydro Haven for more expert gardening advice. Share this guide with fellow plant enthusiasts so they can also master the art of growing desert roses.